From the mountains to the valleys, from the deserts to the oceans, and all the ships at sea. Today is Saturday, June 6, 2020, and you're listening to What Just Happened, ProjectWasabi.com's daily recap of important events from around the world. Coronavirus Vigil. According to Johns Hopkins University, as of this morning, June 6, 2020, just in the United States alone, we have lost a total of 109,143 innocent souls, nearly 1,000 of whom, 943 people, just in the past 24 hours. As rallies against racial discrimination continue, the National Football League now says players should be allowed to protest during the national anthem. In a public statement, NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell says, quote, "We were wrong for not listening to NFL players earlier and encourage all to speak out and peacefully protest." Unquote. Previously, the NFL had banned players from dropping to one knee, a practice started by Colin Kaepernick in 2016. Atlanta, Georgia, Friday at 1 p.m., hundreds of doctors, nurses, and other healthcare workers, all clad in various designs of surgical scrubs and uniform white hospital coats, walked out into the humidity of a grassy yard near Emory University Hospital. Members of the group White Coats for Black Lives bent down and took a knee, holding this iconic position for 8 minutes and 48 seconds, the length of time an ordinary citizen, George Floyd, was pinned mortally beneath the knee of Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin. The demonstration planned by an Emory medical student on Twitter struck a nerve and grew to include workers at 7 hospitals across metro Atlanta. Emory University did not organize the event, but did offer its support as the size became clear. This day in history. Today is the 76th anniversary of D-Day. Codenamed Operation Overlord, the Allied invasion of Normandy begins by executing Operation Neptune, commonly referred to as D-Day, the landing of 155,000 Allied troops on the beaches of Normandy, France. Allied soldiers quickly break through the Atlantic Wall in the largest amphibious military operation in history.
Today, just as in these scenes, the armies of the United Nations have made their first landings on the soil of Western Europe. Another of the great decisive battles of world history has been joined. This is the day for which free people long have waited. This is D-Day.
That was 76 years ago, and today things are very different, as our chief adversary, the Russian Federation, is excited and hopeful as President Donald Trump considers abruptly pulling U.S. forces out of Germany. Approximately 34,000 U.S. troops are stationed in Germany. Formal order to begin moving troops has not been given, but is expected soon. President Trump has criticized Germany over a range of issues, particularly its failure to meet target of 2% GDP spending on defense, as recommended by NATO. Several U.S. and NATO officials say the size and timing of the reduction were not expected. The National Security Council has not responded to requests for comment. In the state of Colorado, a federal judge grants temporary restraining order prohibiting Denver authorities from using chemical agents or projectiles against peaceful protesters. The order applies to the city and county of Denver, and specifically Denver PD, as well as those assisting the department. Under this order, only on-scene supervisors holding the rank of captain or above are allowed to authorize use of non-lethal projectiles and chemical agents after they themselves personally witness, quote, specific acts of violence or destruction of property, unquote. The ruling comes after 4 Denver residents who participated in demonstrations following the death of George Floyd filed a complaint alleging that in some cases, Denver police, quote, violated their First Amendment right to free speech and their Fourth Amendment right against excessive force by using pepper spray, pepper balls, rubber bullets, flashbang grenades, and tear gas to punish plaintiffs for demonstrating against police brutality, unquote. The judge says he is not trying to prevent officers from protecting themselves or their community, but notes, quote, the time has passed to rely solely on the good faith and discretion of the Denver Police Department and its colleagues from other jurisdictions, unquote. Denver Police Department says it will comply with the order, but is asking for some modifications, including allowing officers at rank of lieutenant to authorize deployment of chemical agents or projectiles due to staffing limitations. Here in Los Angeles, again yesterday at 5 p.m. outside City Hall, hundreds of protesters peaceably assembled to petition their government for a redress of grievances, then began marching through the streets in a nonviolent demonstration in the wake of the death of George Floyd. In New Jersey, at least 2 police officers with Ocean City PD, one black, one white, were seen joining with protesters as the 2 officers reverently took a knee and, despite safety concerns from coronavirus, compassionately held hands with protesters in a moment of quiet prayer. About 1/3 of Americans surveyed by CDC used risky cleaning practices to stop spread of COVID-19, the agency says. Some put bleach in their food, others gargled or inhaled it, and some washed their bodies with household cleaning and disinfectant products, the CDC says. None of these cleaning behaviors are recommended by CDC. These findings may account for a sharp increase in the number of calls to poison control centers throughout the nation during the pandemic. The research published yesterday in the CDC's weekly health report was based on an online panel survey of 502 adults conducted last month. Research also found only about half of those surveyed said they knew how to clean and disinfect their homes safely. Research also found only about half of those surveyed said they knew how to clean and disinfect their homes safely. CDC says education campaigns are key to help Americans better understand how to safely clean while they are home. President Trump, who incorrectly suggested in April that ingesting disinfectants could be a possible coronavirus treatment, says he does not take responsibility for this improper and potentially deadly use of disinfectant. LA weather. Might see a few sprinkles, but mostly clouds more than anything else. Today's temps only in the mid-70s. But tomorrow, the sunshine makes a brilliant comeback as Metro LA braces for a slow boil, with Sunday afternoon temperatures hovering around 80 degrees. Gradually warmer each day thereafter, and by Wednesday, temps should be in the high 90s, though not quite hitting triple digits. You've been listening to What Just Happened, a service of ProjectWasabi.com. From Los Angeles, California, podcasting daily at 12 noon on the websites Project Wasabi, Facebook, YouTube, and Podomatic. What Just Happened is our brief recap of significant events from around the world. On behalf of What Just Happened and its parent company ProjectWasabi.com, this is Brian Newberry saying thank you for listening, stay healthy, y salud, and we'll talk to you soon.